Welcome to chapter number 4, Buyer Common Tricks. The buyer's role is to challenge you and to get the best deal they can out of you. And of course, to do this, they will use probably some good reasons and other that are less good, but very often they work. So let's see, what are they? So these are the 3 lessons that we have in this chapter. Objections, power play, and business reasons. Let's go through each of them. Because buyers, that's again very important that you have it in mind. The role of the buyer is to challenge you. Even if you go with your best proposal, with something that you think customer cannot refuse this, they will challenge you. It's their role, it's their nature. Why shouldn't they? It doesn't mean that you have to give away, but be ready for that. Okay? So, objections. These are some of the most common objections. They have a lot. Denial, time, pricing, of course, not sufficient information. You can read it, go through it, because it's really explanatory and self-explanatory even. And I'm sure that if you've been in sales, you've came across all of them and many others. If you haven't been in sales yet, be ready, because they are very, very creative people. And you will face not only these ones, but many others. As we used to say, the sky is the limit for objections. But don't get frustrated, don't get unmotivated, because an objection is actually a sign that they are interested. If they wouldn't be interested, they would say no. If they object, it's because the door is still open. It's very, very important. An objection is not a rejection. An objection is something that you have to work out. Power play. This is sometimes tough one, difficult to handle, because they will test boundaries here. Buyers will test your boundaries, and even sometimes their own. They will blame you. They will try to put it in, even if they are not an emotional buyer. Of course, an emotional buyer will go much further, but even if they are not an emotional buyer and they have an offer from you that it's not what they expected, they can play this role with you to test you, to push you, and to see how far can they go and how far could you go, how far could you handle it. Try always to detach yourself from emotions. Whenever emotions jump in, reason jumps out. They cannot cohabitate. Okay? Even if they finger point you, or even if they play that you are making their life miserable, detach yourself from that. Not, of course, on a very cold way, but on a very respected way. This is the best I can do. Sorry. And of course, it's not our intention. It doesn't have anything to do with you, but these are based on our best possibilities. Be ready. They will play it once in a while. Not very often, not every time, unless there are some, and I had some buyers that used to adopt always this behavior, but after a while you know it. Okay, the first time, okay, second time, okay, but then you know how it works. Alright? Then you have the business reasons. These can be more or less realistic. Sometimes they confuse you, because then you think, okay, they really have a point there. And you tend to weaken or to lower your guard, because their argument seems reasonable. And it's important that you don't lower your guard. It's important that you listen, that you understand. Try to find out more about what is really the reason, because sometimes they come up with something, and when you dig in, you find out that in the end the origin is something else. So try to find out, and then try to find out as well if it's really a realistic objection, or if it's something that they came up with just to put you on pressure. But most of the times they need information from you in order to justify internally their choice. So try to understand them, try to talk them through. Okay, what is your concern? Why not? What is the... And then try to tackle it, feed them with information or with arguments, so that they internally can sell it over, and with that overcome the objection. Okay? Read it, go through it slowly, no need to rush. It's important that you understand each of these steps and situations. So the better you're prepared for your negotiations in the future, the better you anticipate, the luckier you will be in the end. So this is the wrap-up of our chapter, where once again you will go through the objections, the power play, and the business reasons that buyers will use to put you on hold, to test boundaries, and to see if they can have a better offer from yourself. Be aware of that. That's the main goal. It's not that they don't want to do business with you, otherwise they would say so, but they want to weaken your position. They want to get you tired of holding to your own offer, and if you are willing to give something away. Okay, makes sense? Let's go to the next chapter.